ai na eye foso bosome na yewura mu ne da etoso edu emiensa afimpinu aduonu ensia na mamse abodonko apɛ mu se na wasisan na anu yada anisi di bronya wieye ibewura opepon bosome mu edekọ ogifo bosome edi bebe wi a obenim bosome ya sese ye wi afosuo mu asambe kura eni yeguso na mema nti dwumadie ne de bremo mema nti dwumadie de bremo me amedi ho chia me frame dakabre mamuto osioma na mema nti dwumadie majeri osai agiman ana ototo ehyehye emma eye na nantwibu asiako godenti antwibu asiako wono nsoso no etaato ma ababetom anim ha se yaja medi ho chiame the technical production de abna frema abankro yabeba panyini assisted wa bata ho brother kwano kakra so wom ena na ano wo mudi aboso ho no mi am se abna oyo ho den nie na eye asuo ho de eye den ena ye sabe ko munyina ekuru na keka abo mo munyina so it didn't just because brother kwani ne sisi wa I'm not mistaken and teacher say eye beposo eye amakomu eye adwumamu eye ankasio ese munyina mo ye baako ye tene say ye sa no a na emu aye wiram kakra enti abra frema bankre wono ene behwe ama technical production various social media handles yade ensem no ato apete ho na wonsoso yetie de wode ebefiri mu ede beba comments ni nyina ya beje brene yetimi akenkan ansa ene de aseda soso ede ama eye engineering team no achu agbo worker betiakwa na najare na abuaje na adasankroma yasane mrane se sempro the facilities team no so I big solo and a dada and a Godfred the son mrane se Ubrana afe no yaw Sami DJ Bosco na fe so no mail so yasane mrane se tete na yehunu ba bia die fufu ebekọ akwakobo enti enen sama onum interview miensa enan interview miensa enan interesting ones ebeba na yadwendwene ye ho ano afi nsoso eye ensamo adaba maso ensoso yedi ni nyina no yade mamu na yade amamu ene ye hwe eye wose challenges of Ghana Union Traders Association and its impact on consumers die na ekoso ama Ghana Union Traders the Republican A1 ene die nkra nti omo atwe ho direct say ama omo kansem bi kire members ene ye bedwendwene ho I say water crisis imminent. I feel just ensure ye numin. And now wope ensure cray potable. Ghanaian Times na dia base. Ye ni a year ensure kura ewo kumase. Na asubwantene wawabe. Any barikese. Yesi supampim. Atwi nsuo no bi ma yadi nro frafra mu ya nonom no afedie de roba enti yadwendwene ho se nanu soso no odwa yasinsuo aye bibibi e ho nanu sekira himan eno soso sekune ene ahantafo man mu takorade aye bibibi e ho tamale aye bibibi e ho da mango aye bibi e wo ho ye busa se nsuo yi asubontre etene kona ye sabi numu yi eno ene ho kwa atwe yi efiri rubber door so rubber no so a ede ya enne se wo pensuo eno kura so ye de agu eye rubber ya hyehyɛ se bottled water eno so ya asemu se company ben and 3 years say ni nsuo no eye bottled no ye ko sunlight eye na wotwe mienu ni enya nsuo no bi ntoy ediesi eye Ghana water ekwa ahokyere mu bottled eye water so a ye ko sunlight unya bi kura ne ato yes wo muti kumase ne ye de nkraba ene ko ha ko sunlight like special ice profo pebiato ye nyabi awake ye pebiato ye nyabi belakwa ye pebiato ye nyabi ediesie ensuo noa na ho ba be ye den na fe ya ye den ene ya be dwendwene ho Rose Minister wakwa kodura sante ama wakọ yewura anaso ama yewura agye ne feso eni se enkutahudie no wode betu yewura anim se Accra Kumasi Expressway AK consortium for tese ye ka gumu ani ama edifri eye kontenase eko eye broni kwansini aduowatwe yetete akwan no ama afi so eye eka na wo man no yedi contractor wo ye swami interchange nso no yapemu broni sika America dollar million aduonu enum e de akwoteka no so na nadwaben hene so no da sebre sachira hene na natuo srebo ono so wame agu nsa chese Kumasi Outer Ring Road etwam atia ede badwaben ede besene kwa asoroma so ede to aso kopi afija sachire eno nso so no eda ho ye bedi sankomo ni nyina interesting nkomo na development na yenhwe sade AC ekro igusunati neat 100.9 FM ma yenhwe na mpanifo beba dem ase ne Samuel Batu of the National Democratic Congress NDC obaba ha say Benjamin Isari of the New Patriotic Party MPP obaba dem say Richard Suma Deputy General Secretary of the United Party Afrafranto ono so obaba ha na ya dwendwene nsem no ho igusuneti neat 100.9 FM yenhwe na the Ghanaian Times and someone wadiaba and net just Ghanaian Times in fidi omudi twamfo ni say omu fo ni nani da ho so obi kwa na age so no Ghanaian Times mayade a very beautiful photograph depicting Mutawakilo right and others during the tour and ya twafo nina omugina bridge issue overlooking the Barakasi Dam and was say Kumasi faces imminent water crisis as Wawabi Barakasi dams heavily choked with plastic waste. Was say a Ghana Water Company Asante and ensue just rubber yatutu agum inti Barakasi eno wabe ehwa yenya nsuo de numi ana chese rubber no ntino ema Ghana Water fo ntimi nyi adwuma yi a osusu se nsuo no asembeba Kaneshi footbridge closure puts pedestrians at risk. I say atwedikasi ayeye edema wani aye pese yetwa kwantempon ewo Kaneshi mu arterial road a efri obichebe ebesene de akọ malam near ye a year that the actually to so and they that the actually and nipa bi kwaji tini na so say ho ne yedidwa and say and so yakosi sie a yatotumu na no na oka say eye tutu a yatotumu no anumum asade wo how ebre wane ya namase also fuel prices to go down, government moves to cushion consumers. I say sune obehwe na yatete eye fenwo so. Actually, he is stripped of his title for rebelling against Ochiman. And eye Ghanaian Times. Wade eye mfonini lawyer Kwambuating na eye lawyer Kwambuating gina ho. Asem ni nyina ne ye de akukuro ewo Ochiman mu. Se eye etwede so ahine woye da asebre na nsem bi apuemu eye twede so ene eye odawu ene osenase no mu nyina kire se eye abusuako na abusuafo ene yi ne de akokire yewura na abusuafo se dabre ye de yewura no na wo yie ana yesi yante ho ase ama enum mpokura na ano senase nsem bi akoso de akoda prosifo na ye ana eye state council chebi enu ehun nsem na senior attorney senior council le Kwambuating odi tu dwa se atenase se eye wodau senase na titiri eye etwede so aye bi ahwe da sebra no ye de to no so no enne wate atua dia na enya dia eye tusubribi eye ochihene ene ne behwe abom kwambia so nananum so agunsa ede asi asem na no Daily Graphic and worker say animu ha say na say government ponders Parkinson's on NHIs na stakeholders advocate stronger policies for disease care. Say ene yade bia eba na awoso aba oso na ho popuo I friend the Parkinson's disease. Na ye say yemfanto National Health Insurance eya pomodin si achiban no. Na chesenka eno so emwa nti yegusu a yehwe ekwane yebefa so a yebetimi aye nhyehyeye a ebehwe wo mo. Government clears $25 million debt to Swami Interchange contractor. Eye contractor Swami Interchange woye na eka amene ene abana pebosia $25 million ade ate eka no so. Republic Bank urges local enterprises to scale up. And the Republic Bank om di sikana begum yade ema aye ankwankura ye nyuma na we eno omo kan se nyuma ne bia ye Ghana fo ne de yan wahyemu no and the Republic Bank se sika no eda ho ye penipa de amaya kɔ ye adwuma. The Republic Bank say monkeka mo aye Daily Guide so enie na Daily Guide and I can say U.S. court okays convicted ex-Maslak boss extradition. I and aye minua ba prof ba sedina and ye kan ho asemi. I see 2 jailed 55 years for robbery. Say ene nipa mienu bi omo ye akromfo and yensa kan wo mo a yede ye kotu mu no omum ye nimfie dodo ne kabo mu a eye emfie aduonum enum ena yede omakwa kwatwere mu. I say ensure quality Accra Kumasi Expressway project. Otumfo ose to abebio Santehene yewra ena eye Rose Minister wako na naso a okase monhwe na expressway no enye kwan ya damu fia na emwa omanma. The Chronicle Omapia Ghanaian Chronicle I say Government pays $25 million to contractors to accelerate work on the Swami Interchange project. And a chronicle dimfunini ediaba. Dimfunini and a yera. Otia banja and so. Nani bonkum and on nana. Broja Jamfi, Deputy Defense Minister. Swami Broja Jamfi. Ojina yera ebonkum so. And a yera nipa so. Kwame. Kwame. Agovi Govins. Ono so ejina wa wonwinwi. Na fe wojina Kwame Govins nchen so no. Owura Dr. Amuakohene. Ana omode aka asemi. Wasi pay cocoa farmers, not party executives, minority, and eka say. Asemi so just say asemi da ho abra frema. Na no cocoa sikeya yentie. Akwai pay mu 7,000 dey buy. Dia katwa mu say 80,000 still am in tissue. And it's a minority for years to beka bia mayen. Pay cocoa farmers, not party executives. Ege say da besika no yetietie bi mayen ho. Ana womo eka. Nananom so gunsa. Se wachiman. Womo se da sebra ye de to ekire so hene so no. Yayi da sebra no. Ano so humfonini ana ode aben. The Ghanaian point. I say President Mahama commends KGL for fulfilling tax obligations. Alex Dade. And he said wakotia ne to. President Mahama so wayade. Wayade. What we out to. EMP issues strong warning to saboteurs and sections of media over Damai mine acquisition. Baba Ibrahim Mahama oni engineers and planners. Syncrophobic cancer bia entwa yie. Inti nipa bi nhwe yie. Prioritize cocoa sector and restore prices for farmers and not on pray to government. Not on pray no gusu a working. Say fit in November, December 2025. Cocoa sike mu ayentua ye. Abani nhwe na oma enoma enko yie emfa emayen. The publisher, Ghanaian publisher, and Ekasa was saying, Ghanaian publisher, so asem tiawape. I see, Heave Goldfields puts Ghana Trafigura on edge. Say, and then Heave Goldfields, Omoni Trafigura, and she said, be on person Moyeno, and also so no, Ama as a Ghana, Yanti years are, and Omode Abba. The new publisher, and Wadiaba. Eye ousu aduonum eye Kofi na oye sports editor Emma Daily Guide na nanui obeya wowa no afia santoa ense da bia afia santoa keka nsem bie na ayese de yentuma na ye horo no montene so Kofi say me na me de me ese me pe no yentamu ye afia ne se bibia ne se bi graduasa na mitia so ache ena na ma ne ato ne kasakasa ne ntasentasa no edi Kofi so watia so otia so woba na dwo oba na ye baako wozi munyai se ne yire nsem a wokeka no ya gina no si bone na o ma ware kama o mutiye Kofi na enie ana wosan ede ba ye 5.5 million for party, nothing for farmers. Sika aban watime aye ade amane party for abra yenya bi emfantia kokoka ene working. Nkrumah, why he still matters in contemporary African politics. Say the insight the Democrat and eka say enei amanyosam kra ye no. Nkrumah never dies. Uyi ni free mu a enye yie. Uyi ni free mu a enye yie. The Inquisitor ana ode aba Was the fuel prices reduction measures don't take away bust margin. Say ene etuo awodo a oman yade ato fango so no ana wo kan say eye bust margin no ma yanyeden yenyi emfiri ho yamane ntena na to no etesen a ye ka say yama bust margin no entren yahwe etuo no nyina mako na yahwe die ntia eye bust margin de yesi yamane ntena ho nti etuo no enie wasi energy sector shortfall and debt repayment levy eno eye petrol no or the eye 1 cedi 95 pesos no de atoso diesel no or the 1 cedi 93 pesos and that's all now wasi we tentia ye de to so no potokasem wasi facilitated the energy sector debt recovery enunti the asset was a road fund levy no so miankure na branche why such this year why such niba na wano ana wakosua de ama why medical doctor asa kosua de ewo PhD medical laboratory sciences asa sua de ekuta masters in business administration na abranti kwa sachire this year okodom eye NDC amanyokuo niama na kwanwa ema obaye twotwofo ewa asante na dwuma pa bia wone ne deputy bachamfo wo mo yeye ena ma Ghana mampanyini eba aban mu no ena osi yo sachire this year franka mo akohini blabaye regional minister na abranti ekwaye regional minister yi ese bibi the neck pressing the minimum de kro and wo press here and wo press here and wo press here and was nkrofo nyame anke yepe Dr. Frank Amrakoin Ashanti regional minister emwa ha
Pejuzupi ADAKABRI Frimpong Manso Metrewati for na so awie
weye such that this year na awie wo ho tesan
na me de menkwa cheme me ho odin
de nyame ase yesu ye ho ye wa awuradim ene ye nyaw yes a small boy danger Asante die kese wutimi eye regional minister wa Asante na pass ya bebia ube pass if we say Aram Akwanta me na no ba me nkruma de Aram Akwanta to Asante ye twen no a wono ne wa pass any PV obin afedie enkonkonsa gina mu Asante enkonkonsa gina mu Asante ana Asante Kwame Nkrumah yi Aram Akwanta ena wode no ko Western ena okokofa yeboa eye bravo ede ne ba Asante na yeboa so freedom a oba ye de se nananom se there be yempedom ani regional minister ena Kwame Nkrumah sa ye reshuffle de bio ena ode am Akwanta baaye ena wasade yeboa san ko ba bi ofri de baaye ena se mua mo ye nkonkonsafo ena nka mo mayi Aram Akwanta ubeduri ye ya wo ye regional minister wa Asante nantini twitwa bi
me da ti pia da ka be me chia ti fo na memo abaso wadwuma so na wo ye de boa oh my Ghana I think say yon crowd dem na ye ti in adwuma wo ye de oh my Ghana eno aso na okoso a wo ye eno kre Asante region adwuma no adwuma edi na dia edi no ene say edi because adwuma no so che and I switch area and this the point adwuma de sanity ana ebiom sahem se regional so in terms of number of constituencies and number of districts na the say other ministers if you be to be 1 week na they are more districts to be me or have to use close to a month or even 3 weeks to be able to do that thing that can ebiom adwuma ho and some can there I said okay if you had am pencil and the commodity was away adwuma there they will be better one so but no idea or say what do I get possibly and say nipa no obia ba chenanze obi chere na adria de ye woman na de aka adwuma wo ye no ho na ma adwuma na timi akoso de enye woman so obi okra wo hwemu ya otimi de bi kwaye adwuma ma ne koye Now they also the tone change, so they are tone change. So far so good. Now me other my name what you type up and you know, a Juma president president never had no. It was so then they are echoes.
Some papa and yetie, a radio de fiafia home. Na kaniba such this year. A dear Nama NDC ya wakonwa, Udu Hukoko Dramu, Emma Obey regional secretary cry.
But as it is growing up nowhere, my a lot of youth leadership people. That time I need youth leaders, you know. That time now, wouldn't me, because I would join the party and I'll join the party. But yeah, woman to you there, definitely MPP Bushim, because my man, Papa, Kwamine, Sefu, Bampone, and Sutabro, so yeah, definitely. Was I can link one there, the one Edward Tum, I saw Kotokona, Edward Shim, and definitely, Nanka, I'm predisposed. Say, yeah, there was a kind of fun man, more line and we see a woman to me line. But growing up, me now exposure into leadership. No, it gave me the opportunity to assess political parties, you know, more ideology, how they operate and all that. And I got to realize the social democratic ideology of the NDC. The fact that we obi na wo party na ma yɛhwɛ ɔmo de mo yɛhwɛ wɔ busua na yɛhwɛ biribiara na nka ne sa anka amoakɔhene deɛ mehu obi a ɔwɔ ndc mu a ɔyɛ amoakɔhene a ebi a ɔyɛ gg appointee anaa ɔyɛ professor mills appointee anaa ɔyɛ gm1 appointee eti kɛyɛ baabi a kɛbɛka sɛ o yɛne yɛde no yɛ minister koraa ɛnyɛ yie because n'abusuafoɔ biara ne hɔ a ɔyɛ deep rooted bi anaa biribi a te saa joining party, no, I remember 2008, my first about me to my NDC, 2012, me to my NDC, 2016, me to my NDC, until 2016, your co-opposition time, and I may pick it up to contest from key political positions in the NDC. And then one apart from here, Maduma, Omo, to us, Abasa, my regional secretary of the NDC ahead of the 2024 elections. Maybe regional secretary, so no BBA, and I was there, the Boa Party, BBA, to Kubia was your room, Kofa vote, never be a Kofa. I can clearly buy now votes no, and no percentage that be 26% about upon charge, it's me to call 34%, almost 35% in 2024. The common point as PC the same. Now votes number 21%, it's me to call 27%. And then the ma and these years and demand some to abandon the mame. I'm on the company for regional executives who are able to increase the margin. You buy so that it will increase the vote margin from 26% to 34%. And then say I can't be a president so I don't be so you be so over 1 year kakri one my akonya Mrs. Sumesevi as regional minister together with the executive company for I say asantumantem ebina and kabomune nkosone development. Oh yeah, these are things that actually influence me entry into partisan politics, why I chose NDC and what I've been doing so far. Akonya so party in the diamond.
Yani Dr. Frank Amwakohine, small boy danger. Waye Asante regional minister. Ena etwetwe nkomo yebusebusa ne bie ni express wa Asante ekwa akiri ina duru say national enei Musa Dankwa publishing new post Amwakohene small boy danger ne dini presidential yi abamu bie yene ne bedi ni nyina ho nkomo na miemu so social democratic credentials here ema call center of the left yi osusu say umaame no mabusua mu sachire abusua mu a center of the right conservative values you know senka uwo MPP mu a ka regional minister nka benya bia di at 35
me ko fa no he na what ya bakose mo Ghana had that say yama obi minister ba wa di 35 omo de edi animu ni na deputy minister na CEO na deputy CEO ni board members and me yeah I was expecting to say oh these are the avenues available to me. Na me say as I say we coach or monitor and I was scouting for players only to know who said that the player remember number 9 which might deliver goals no player and then His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama who me a na ne gye me ho a and the woman yakwanya to say I'm a little sum asante mine. And so far as the history of Ghana is concerned, so far as the history of Osukukuku, my parents, a party near concerned, I've never seen them give any youth an opportunity of that nature. And always said, Etiana Bibia at the Fufrobia, it takes a while for people to get to understand that there is a new way of doing things. There's a change or there's a paradigm shift. And yes, it comes with also some few challenges because I mean, nipa no ono wodi nkɔmɔ a na ohu age no ohu sɛ woyɛ panin anasɛ sɛ ohu age no ɔno sɛ ɔyɛ akwara a definitely you have to prove a point to be able to even get to making rules and all that. So yes, this is the best opportunity you can ever have as a young person in Ghana. If you're a young person and you want an opportunity to contribute to national development and to be able to serve your country, I think the NDC and I'm also
Honorable Minister, opportunity now walk as center of the left for their mind, now center of the right for Nyadiaka, Sabia Besson. Opportunity also comes with responsibility. Are you that responsible? When the awoyo?
Yeah, for the past 1.5 years, me buy and anka juma was a me and coming to me now. I'm sure say they are anka and then coming in mushroom to the extent senka. Ubia Mr. Catanco bring a bit to radio, so coming out when you to see about radio, so no one will be doing come. What it means is say most definitely I'm delivering on the mandate. Most definitely they are quite using the boy here in the same department 100%. But I can confidently tell you that the positives there also change negatives to be and most definitely every as well say challenges back in terms of more area or better our names be better form and all that. But I mean at this level and at this stage, most definitely when these issues come up, you're able to see through and see how best you'll be able to navigate them and still keep your good work going on. And see clearly and most definitely when the interactions, the feedbacks I'm getting, everything points to the fact that we are on course, we are on the right direction, and we are delivering on the mandate so far as President Vision is concerned.
Dr. Frank Amakohine, 1 year. Ye keka se ai wo sori a wo nya adwuma biada wo ntena wo toso na de wonimu ane se wo dampam na wo yiri Juliana da wo nkyɛn na TikTok na ade ache anti wo matu di TikTok minister wate
Bibli
na how
better na have me say adia oh yeah, you come once a mango na amera will be anto bomaso. Before they ever to a boa mango so next a mango na blend. And I do okay and they bobo penifro Ghana any TikTok could be mamma. Omwa ba wo mi akwa TikTok na puwe wa TikTok we TikTok live bibia yeah friends say omo penifro bibi enti yeah only TikTok no onto the first stone and I the only Facebook account onto the first stone. And I believe so much the form of distractions, and we are focused on the job. And I mean, we are using the platform to account to the people, to take, for instance, feedback from the people, and also be able to address them. My wife's issue whatsoever, I mean, before I became minister, I was a social media personality, and people know that already. And the fact that my wife is really a social media personality and all that. So what do we expect me to say? And come be a minister here, and come a use in the hall. Nan come back and say, Mahu, or be used to what they pay power at the man and this in the president Mahamano. On this, the motion the baby no. But I'm sure the president had a vision for which he wanted to involve the youth in his government. And so more many, party ministers no young penifo more money and so mono bit normal vibe at on level. Maybe for the boys, maybe for the street, maybe for the young ones. Young ones also so they akonya bia ubenya bia and they want to interact with you. and they are calling a war social media. Make I say, papa more time, no more got now conquering, and say, no more got to damn, no more opportunity to interact as a society. And now, therefore, social media will be just close to you. And if you media, social media, and I said it, and so why need to make a baby and pussy? Wouldn't be sure what them equity is a inspect the project and okay, David. You have to be on the field, you have to know what is happening to be able to even update your people. And trust me, you I can't be the name. What who I see a Dr. Malcolm in the crowd interview me. A lot of people were Ghana and your British baby and the social media and common. And I did our town for Bacatro say, I did read the easy who you see will be ano. One day our town for like and the other town for Nagata, and when you have been permanent, and you won't be more town for two for. And the area is a Ghana for 9 years. What are they saying? Are they appreciating inclusive leadership? Are they appreciating the fact that we are there to listen to them? Now it's not a problem. That is our main focus.
Yane Dr. Franka Mwakoine, Asante Regional Minister, and Aiding Komo. And the Minister, yes, youth now what kind of sono. Yabebusa, I'm what can more of relationship with the youth and how and nobody me translate it into an electoral victory or electoral fortunes of the NDC. Yabebusa about water provision or Asante. Yabebusa about road construction. Ewa Asante. Near Busau, sanitation, ball asem, ewa Asante. Street lighting is summa, ewa Asante, na Yabusau, na yadi atuasu. But then, Mpuaka class, so medical doctor, do you ampuada bang, was warm ba umiano. Na no, we content, be so America, I 38% of water there, say, Soloko atopadia, na omunifie. Edia na ma, medical doctor, and I give you more formal, but ultimate back to the level of the typical politician or dim puetra any huro ayen adwuman.
That's it. The course to be an one at the same. The buy as regional minister. No, now man, no person come share. I know what you who all that to free you. Woman, me do be SRC president, small boy minister. Then okay, some be. Now me might not remember watching. And remember, my dear, put remember na yo he now is done koda. Baby yo he no done koda. Won't be necessary. Won't know go about nipa no. Said the no the ban out the and once your papa mununguane. Now the and it's not as you say. Abia fear and as I say, ominous and as I say, adjourn. But that is not really the focus of work. And the point is, we are doing baby to say what they want to do is almost some of your sign as a whoop ya bonting crana, which do what is self confidence. You don't have the courage to even deliver on your mandate and all that. My Juma is a Juma, maybe one contact in Yankopon. Because I mean, as a Christian, I stand one as such. I believe that Bibi and Bishop said they are calling and a ministry. And they only let Obiano as a multino, not how much as a Juma was so and why they were. And indeed, Yamama maybe Mijitum, a dim back open am the mom, a dim back open am the mom, no so grand, no so from it. But the woman is being brilliant, the woman who say, oh, yeah, so yeah. But I mean, these are all sides of the issue. The real issue is how we are able to relate to the people, how we are able to bring development, how we are able to push the region forward and put the region on the map. And with me, at least for the past few years, I've been regional minister. The region has always been in the news, has always been out there. There's been discussions about the region. People travel from far and near to come to the region to trade, to come patronize, to various tourist sites just because of the fact that the region is always in the news. That's the positive aspect we are looking at.
And Puetrano are still on it. Say we have reference to Kwame A Plus, an independent member of parliament for Gumua Central. Now all leveraging on a tourism potential of the entire 3 Gumua seats. No, now if one another which one puasa.
Yeah, heard near my boy, the region of Bakoyanim. As I hear programs of region, people review them. As they review them, I take them in good faith and then I move on. And there might be also so crime. I'm sure that we took Christ and a share dear obi na mama say if I inculcate that in my original beboa media A plus adia oye ogomuano top notch and I think say obi na be con constituency adia beboa. So another one is as far as A plus adwumadia with the and your concern and I believe so much that there is more to learn from that as well.
Now wo soloku wa kwese soloku che chese wo support soloku ye ni afesi akoye soloku so wo sinifa so soloku bonkum so as first munchu so de amope in the comment section. What were you driving at?
And you see any be a mabuna come home na mabuna nyaji biano and good for the society society now but they be exposing the youth to Nyama and Fata, any part of your history, any part of your culture, any part of your religion. And they are definitely it deserves every review that you can always have. The comments on Soloku whatsoever. Oh, I mean, we promote Soloku culture or Ghana. Even empty Nukra organizing the Soloku, we promote Soloku culture. Okay, but the point is that the exposure that they gave to our dear ladies, especially man and women, it wasn't the best. And the videos that came out wasn't the best. I believe so much that it can be redone or done in a better form. And I stand by those things. So it wasn't the best picture that has to be ever painted about in the constituency.
Nature says not so much the principle behind it, but so much the sexually explicit images are you here.
Precisely. And there's will be our country who will be different. I don't know. Say, imagine, say, A plus score on the constituency and come home these videos online and all that. Would you be happy? And will be very any of these things for Nimiana and Bana. No. And as leaders, we should not be the conduit for which these things will come out. But that is exactly the direction of a young commencement.
In deepening the youth relationship how do you propose our relationship a better transform and a better translate into an electoral fortune of the National Democratic Congress?
Elections being voting far-fetched from now to 2028. A lot of things will come in place. We will try to change a lot of the dynamics. Presidential candidates will change the direction. The performance of the NDC government will change the dynamics. Even external geopolitical issues will change the dynamics. There will be resistance between now and 2028. And this will be a Juma no pay. Now the wild dream position say election hunting and you may have it wrong because a lot will change between now and 2028. What I'm doing now is say I'm a young person. I have been given a responsibility, an opportunity. Only few people will have that opportunity in their lifetime. Mine is to work, leave an indelible mark, register my presence in the minds and the hearts of the young people and definitely of the country. That is my target now. 2028 will take care of itself. A drew a campaign, I did that. A drew definitely quite because of men this year and the year before. But for now, between now and 2028, too early to even drag what we are doing into the fact towards electoral related.
Then perhaps you can tell us why are you so engrossed in deepening the relationship or developing audience with the youth? Tell us the entire way. Yes, I.
And you see, me at the age, youth are no more. Saying, I mean, me how many years now they are coming to Hong Kong. They will be my colleagues, they will be my friends, they will be my people I will go into old age with. And it's a to me really do money. Now what's gonna be minister to me and no be to me now. How are they going to relate to me? And also to have in mind saying opportunity and their best right opportunity and their forever opportunity, a time bound. So right now we are your mates, we are one of us and then I'm here I don't your minister. We are minister, not about it to my council. But now when you're minister, you know being a minister, how would you be able to also relate with them? And that's maybe the line of thinking of the fact that and now more maybe that maybe a woman the son and then more my nice to them. I mean for my position in and say be a minister may bow sorry and I am a bow salute to me. And I see, that should be area no one else crying through the minister, brown over an ordinary floor member. So I say two sides of the coin, and every also, it's not the other side, so it's my that also. So for me, and from where I come from and my background, my training, I cherish human relationship. The reason why I am all out building social capital and making sure that at the end of the day, we have a good relationship with the youth.
Yane Dr. Franka Mwakohine and didn't come or the Asante Regional Minister. I just said there's heightened apprehension Asante as to no exploiter warrior Asante. Now for Yadineba lamplight and Kranyami Chrome. I'm also making an assessment of whether he is a right leadership quality delivering on the mandate, and now say as others would want us to believe he's quite immature and just about dithering on the job. Now, my young show, street lighting, arterial roads are Kumasia him Krumu, on the Osetutu Boulevard, arguably the longest road in Asante, the free tech, Edeba Asafo. Another arterial road, Santasi, the Batwamupukware. Ede eba Komfuanoche Bantma arterial road the free one kasa wo search the mamu Entonso Tafo ede ba swam runabout arterial road the free Edumai Kronom swame ede ewura Kumasi mu na fe soso no ebuakwa yasantoa we ene ede bebedru Pine Avenue ni nyina no ese esum ewom ena eba ade na ekoso
that's a big brain and all these young bubbles in I buy anything I do not do for over 4 years and see let me establish that so there will be angry to say oh yeah yeah by Muyan I did 8 years I say no it take it time waiting for 1.5 years and solve it 8 years problem and that is the first thing say name on bubbles in I do for 8 years. The buying is necessary at 12 arms between Oforikrum and Naga Junction all the way to Apradi Junction. The buy and your son in to Mukamakama as I speak with you in also. Would you free as a for interchange? Eba Kudru, a year and Naga Junction. I hold now you try to just 1 or 2 in between Stibina. I didn't do me free. And I say by now between KME, Edeba, Bessie, your friends, Viana City, Bessie, 100 and about. Edekofa Rich Condos, Saadi Babisi, RCC, even RCC here, Krahana, Elaine, Edekosi, Lancaster, Holanedum, Ebayan, Besoria. A free a year, Swane, or the towards Bohom, Cronum, Afancho, Erudina, so. Ebayan and MC or a source I like a just so if I private dancing, I could see a just chronom transformer supplies are lights no and then a year for fault in internet hot and fix if we a year my anchor dancing edify the fast quite interchange no access edify the grew more or air battles I'm a community by in a by yan fix here. But just yes, yeah. If we as the alcohol air towards a Anaga Junction and sofa line interchange so these are your binary and see if I don't give you this background you wouldn't appreciate the progress. And see thankfully with the intervention of the energy ministry, the hardworking MMDC and then ultimately the president's direction. You could see your lights in the street lights. Now, the other I say, and I didn't when can say, problems now by your street lights are all come once in you. See, if you na the beto ebe update mo so say mo street lights are more complaining affect our zero guy we assembly member Juma. Oh, we na minister also na kan watch. So do the am say we na minister and I want say ekoya ho Juma. But I mean that is the nature of human community and human institution. So these are work for your baby. You say street lights no na comfortation wires no SS and most of the areas here can the solar na replacing in Africa anymore. You may your procurement to in on solar free where the kwa could see your friends like Vienna City the call friends I want to run about rich condos when I replacement now with solar. And these are the visible works are here so far as street lights are concerned.
In your view, no, obi entime enka say Kumasi arterial route esofa darkness ana.
And the end the half truth. So far, you nearly almost 8 years in an affected by affected donor.
Yo, ma yenhwe sanitation so Kumasi baller assessment of it, given say last week news came about landfill site Ayama and yes stop other adjourning MMDs etwa Kumasi won shia say mo mfa wo waste emma Kumasi.
Me that's the brain see landfill site see problem I have here say development akwa kototo because the communities net here no. Uma community be 5 years in pa. But we are carrying a new site no, but cannot buildings about now in the space of government we are a lifespan. No? We should have this in mind in terms of the exponential growth of your population no? And make available avenues a bit in your landfill site you can want some under KMA by Washukano. Settlements are quite in fact complaints a fee a hot by in terms of smell near there no quite a problem. No we are doing is say where available lands and base settlements so that we can relocate most of these landfill areas and my problems to Honey. It's been worked on so that at the end of the day these landfill sites will be able to accommodate the growing population. And hopefully they should be able to resolve them.
Tia can dey ne kan nyina no ye benya ho demonstrable track as to baby a wo fafriye roadmap on route say wo be wie de wo be ya na.
Most definitely you keep updating the public on what we came to meet, what we have done and what we will be doing. And to have a land soul as me and KMA and ever can once a while you may not have known. Opportunity to keep the public engaged. So from time to time, as we solve them, the mayor, the MMDCs, sometimes myself will be out here to engage with you to let you know what we are doing and what we have done so far.
Nanka street lighting me no wi ya twemko na kwabenansafua with nemesis was ai triangle na ewo Lancaster Victoria Opukuware street any Pine Avenue edeba no wama hono mafu ama hono makwakwa ensamampum enkanea so ni ho na nipa duru ho na yeyam hyehye ososo ho na onam eba catering restaurants bedidi misra wo kan ho de
Azube kwa yefa na kodidi
catering restaurants
ndidi ho kraso dawo
Uti Kumasi ni di catering restaurants da
ndidi ho da
Doctor Mua uni di de we ne de said that we wa asi awa ni we hunamane aje se da bia na je se
and young come out a confirm bia anwe no konya problem
sabe kayu
ni bana sem na wo kan no they say no kure na nka wode ka asem na nka on twetwe niema mesihye mu a niema no kura anya no kure. Okay, but just to assure you say but be a for you sum bia niema ka say yeah the by that dana anye nti yeah But yeah, was a mass street lights, it could be a mass street lights.
But baby,
But
I can what me on baby croy.
I'm
Ufrike.
by the crowd, but I could do you.
Okay, you dey ya discount to say we need a catering krana. Who send you free catering? Na who bo mu ase a woman mu so I want on the right. Hwe edan ya a lands commission for CDSC wonom a National Communications Authority SCDSC wo hwe a ubonkum so forest here wo Lancaster chiri na fe wo de ko pine honom no Victorious Pokuwari Road Victoria Lady Victoria so de a din kese wa asante. I don't know that triangle no emu afusa na lighting so ni hoi.
And I'm a cancer, I feel no, I can't want my whole national mirror. Okay. I said to after president, now Mr. President, hey, President, I didn't see the president have to get back to me. They want me DC yet now to get back to the DC to be able to because you see the same company complaining now. I would say, oh yeah, Juma be within one district. Yeah, hey, was that Juma or Juma? Hey, why did you see no Juma and all that? And the media say, what complaining? I live with my mayor. Look at what the issues are. Or resolve it, I let you know. The only thing resolve was here, my whole day to do that. No, then I go in and help you. But I some our kind here, maybe a bit my yaman also, and I'll find out whether it is true as he has put it. Then I'll let the mayor know and handle it.
Okay, and the mayor class also no. Wachiri no mesa frezuba. So but the entire also no see busa and say it's just about 100 meters away from the main entrance. The ceremonial road to your office. Into that,
I mean, who is someone who has a vacation so because I hang now work for a high human and he said, I'll pay attention to the air, I'll look at it, Michelle, wherever we need to intervene.
You answer now, Becono, my young shay, in so wasam. The Ghanaian Times is reporting today, say. Ye the rubber egu barim and ye the rubber egu wabim and ama aye challenges the ama Ghana Water Company say ensuo beko atwea ewo asante and then one publication no na wo background info bi na dia na propose say obey afa ho
and as you can see Ghana Water Company and no operations no. Yeah, say every 4 years, every time they are from time to time, they are almost dredging dams so that all these fields now that they'll be able to take care of them. From interaction, almost for about 4 years, they've not been able to dredge them, which poses a lot of risk. And she has something here, and to make us say, 4 years in your by that, young controlling a problem. No. In that same week, now, MD for Ghana Water, Honorable Mutawakil, Eba, Emma, Nebe, Koshe, or more facilities, no more installments, this and money. I think one of unknown visits in Ukraine, these issues are coming up. In the MD for Ghana Water Company, Nedimuasem, our my insurance say, I'm going to provide the funds, I'm making sure some mobile dredge, no more protect the water installations here. My sector minister, I want to share her Minister for Works and Housing. Mama no, and also my assurance to say they will help and work on it for us. And I can assure you say with the intervention of MD for Ghana Water and Minister for Works and Housing, the problem will be solved.
Now we'll comment be ever indiscriminate littering of polyethylene. Nina ultimately ekoko hayen.
To my buffalo. Yeah, the England Gura, the Yana Zakotam Kama, the Pakujina home, yes, a very painful Kuma, and no near best a two chat. Said the Bear, Kakana or Hono, the betting and managing effectively. The way I say, Super. Nank of Wakujina, Omgates, no, normally Bola, Egum, and all that. Ultimately, I dredge back into and water bodies. Now, pollution, nothing, that's any problems are here. And though I allow you to get it to a to say, wow, who will be aware any of these acts? No, but they just provide evidence of that to any of the assemblies involved. Fines are about 50%. And would say public now accept here or my receiving a year. As at last Friday, now almost 5 different videos now by various district sanitation courts. No, we are ready to stick to our arrangements now with them. So that at the end of the day, everything I encourage the community to be a community watchdog for all of us, I mean, that's for government. Letting your boss indiscriminate disposal of waste, no, at Mama within the region.
But it was a bold decision on your part to have put it publicly, say, obi will be a letter or indiscriminately, with me video no deba na a result in the apprehension and prosecution of that person. No, subsequent fine be na courts may impose. No, ye bet me a share na yama 50% of it. Na no. Emra and the government side we say, how are you able to say ube haivo a fine a legitimate court ebe impose on ube can say recalcitrant resident na wodi ama a nipo report to you know.
And see, what has assemblies no more bylaws to impose fines. And see, if you are posting no bill, you can post to or fine a Joe assembly energy. Not that come IGF. And see, these bylaws exist. And to a more Johnson, do not urinate here and all that. Or pack it wrongly, you do okay, you fear which you. And see, all that, these bylaws, as our bylaws, no. And no one they operate in terms of these new arrangements.
You, I feel my young almighty roads, and I say market, the Hina, your damn in Canacane.
Now I try to trust my man, but I attended to.
Okay, two issues here. Exactly. And two more, a shorter one for the market. Crow from Jum, actually, been a year, Jatane, a year, your friend saying,
also,
and more duma, I won't grow from Jumuno, Yayande.
I there who's those over calls now.
In fact, there are charges of micro have been unfair by asking you, say, Kawo, MPP, and cabinet opposition. So I do not want to directly bring them in. And what do I will grow from Joey Yayande?
Domina, I won't also Jatane, a Moabu meeting as our Pamon. Now I'm saying now, Pika, OMDC, group of markets, and there was no dedicated funding for it. The president said, district BNC, a 24-hour economy market. And the care media was a commodity, and yes, who I say, group from Mohoni, now Bogaka started a completely new project. And see, the emphasis can call echo and I thankfully it's the alcohol attach and a contractor being funded by a 24-hour economy market allocation and a GOG. And just I speak with you now, attach your site or shall not to my
Now I was say okay, by 2026 do you stand by that?
Attach your power, yes.
Right. I mean, finally on roads. Accra Kumasi expressway. Nanui one Kwame Agovi ene Kwame Agoja ene Swame Broja Jamfi. Mako yewura honom ama mudi munsam akwa to nanim. Comment kakra ho.
And you know the say I have for now to my for more every no one says what those areas now because no makasa say a no compensation be was the piano. It's made available and see I'm paying resistance with regards to the fact that and I'm your room and I'm your satisfied and all that. More nkofwa evaluate obiano ho akabia so that yes obiano obianza be Canada. Tintina pe briefing no aka Ashanti region the no mobile be room certificate blue Ghana afford na clear right of at their mind. So me said those bit on best portions are a part of Ashanti region and now in the Ashanti region so the saying a bit different. And you know some by you laho. Na you would actually not to now. At Yabuama, a soda for a room, Bayam Jumano. etina ye mo dwuma na bi mu so asantema etina ho ate ase ho de ntia dwuma die na ye di na ho hia ene ba bi e be fa e be boa na tinyama road na tinye aye na boa ma a connect Accra ne Kumasi in a very smart and safe.
Yane wie ye de na wo comment bi a wo de amaye na nadwabe hene ahwe amye gunsa eye Kumasi outer ring road nam etia dwam. All right. Na fe so no $25 million are President of the Republic John Dramani Mahama na buy no ahwe etua ede outstanding debt a war swami interchange. That should be your final comment.
But as you can see, a tiny empire na because why best war Santa Mine Ghana ho because I say Ubia or Ghana and Indiana or Santa Ubia say Kruni Bacoso Santa Bacoso Ghana so Akoso because I live 4 years away enemy and 3 years there. Whatever it is, no. President of the Republic of Ghana, on your Benesia Kunaswa or state affairs of the country. Or many dear in a president too many been on the Amaya, so the day Juma war as Antimantema, the day Buama region no Akon. And in Kabumuna, Yahoo. And I said, yeah, musical concert in the car, you know. The Mayo Bibonia of Ancho, Miss My Obiso and Bonia, Miss Media Channel. Then Kaya Hum, meaning say. And Yama, your man to Tuanumpo, I actually in the period of Ashanti Festival, where drawings, talent from a display was Antimantima. Say, Adia entity any development in Temwa and Kabumua, anyhow. It means say, the China one Bumua, Asantima Beya Krabashe, Ghana Beya Krabashe. And none I say, well, yet in the Munibiano, a binary and cheerful to regional minister and cheerful to. The Uwa ending the Bia or James or the Kahua, Buama, buying the Asantimantum, Akon and Biano. We are always open for those ideas and those recommendations. And kind of home, entire executive to the president, the movie a year on my own fan colony. When will be a near politics, oh, you're one money in a year or the Guya party and our desire party. It's a Nipa, Alekwa, Shiname, and the same. Na meka se obey o hena emfa ho ne die nipa beka enti me ma eno na hye etiri mu na ye mo ne enta ban na ti na ban no ti mo na Ghana mfa no to mo pamfra because man ye a ana ye na yeso so ye bedi
yo aseda obidi famomo obidi famomo na zontono ah ya de wase obidi famomo ya zontono na chese odi aginam ede amaye
papa c'est juste sport Emmanuel Adebayo ayo komado yaya tereji yale bebe ayo komado de ayo komado ayo komado yaya tereji yale bebe ayo komado obenu kaimewa jikunya ka onye afinye lolo doji kure nuje nyaka emegbo jiku nyaka onye lolo nezando mafakora olo fa cora ulo. Lolo ne santo ma fa cora ulo. Obe no kahe me blo. Tikunya ka oye. Afinye lolo. Do tikune nuje. No kahe me wo. Tikunu ka oye. Lolo ne santo ma fa cora ulo. Ayo, ayo, ayo komado. Ayolo, ayo, ayo komado. Nyaya kereji nyale bebe. Ayo komado. Ose, ose, iye, ose, iye. 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 Nyape mahadu jilo, ose, iye. Nyape de la dujilo, ose, iye. Nyape mahadu jilo, ose, iye. Nyape mahadu jilo, ose, iye. Abo sante te ile banye, mami te ile banye, te ile banye. Abo sante te ile banye, te ile banye, te ile banye. Yesu le banye. Ay, ekatobe mawale fuma, wamenobe mawale fuma, ochitobe mawale fuma, mujilanya, mujilanya. Ekatobe mawale fuma, ochitobe mawale fuma, wamenobe mawale fuma, mujilanya, mujilanya. J'ai fouillé, j'ai cherché, j'ai pas trouvé.
Nit 100.9 FM Sony. Yan pasida emfa ema kunu Ghana. E kunu Ghana ena ode Mr. Keo ede bua mema. Ode eye honcho capsules ede bua mema. Ode eye king tablet ede ba ene mema nyina on kwana be paso a we protect wakuma. Taso eno de araba bazen eso ebua ma. Igusunetie eye Nit 100.9 FM. Now Musa Dankwa, executive director for Global Info Analytics, and a Yanina line so now or the new poll at the Abba, a new poll now what they buy an idea. Just say was the NDC delegates poll tracking final and or the Euremo now the Musa Dankwa, executive director, Moha.
Major show over.
Na on to sign Baba.
Nyamiadum for their care.
Yo. NDC delegates poll, baseline and first tracking telephone poll. April 13, 2026. I see anything.
Show of a media. Oh, say in the last 15 months, near a year, NDC primary school, from the perspective of general voters, or more to Abagan and normally, the start here from Ghanaian voters who they prefer. But I feel that you have to hear him our NDC delegate more. And the NDC say, you use my current album for this poll. And after this poll, no, new album about out. We better start on the new album. But we know a baseline poll. I remember the true picture of how the race look like as of today, before any elections are held. Now, they're getting in a different way this time around. Obekaya, na amount for say, we were in the team, and away with the F2, the pet when you went to into the first one, your friend is top of mind recall in marketing. The Bissau say, why not Betwama? Ye mo it mean behind trail. It be a war to what catching may enter to. Uha, you were 24 and a month of bomb from the beginning. They been much me for or as soon as you call on it in Kahun, way back on it in Kahun, into the Dean United Church, but they are more and so they are. And exactly the wine on Betwama. And a common mind wire. Okay, wire in the first round one. A very long list. but I will take my time and go through it. So Obia be the smoothness level. Number one, I said in Ketia, only 28%. Followed by Atoforsin, 12.1%. Haruna is used 7.8%. Professor Opukwa Jiman, 6.1%. Julius Zebra, 5.5%. Ablakwa Okujeto, 1.7%. Someone else, someone else, near 1.1%. Professor Joshua Alabi, 0.5%. Eric Opoku, 0.4%. Zinato Ajiman Rolling, 0.3%. Muntaka Mubarak, 0.2%. Kyogabra, 0.1%. Kobna Dufour, 0.1%. Dr. Frank Amokuhini, 0.1%. Guzitano, 0%. Roughly 0%. Amabua, nearly 0%. Iwadaku, nearly 0%. Kumina 1 vote, 1 vote. In fact, Makuhina, 4 votes. Guzitano, 2 votes. Amakupibua, 2 votes. Iwadaku, 1 vote. Ojobonsu, 1 vote. Vizatamensa, 1 vote. Abamaba, Lolomabo, Elipilim, 1 vote. Mahama Yarika, 0 vote. Alex Mold, 0 vote. Anatete, 0 vote. Dominic Ayini, 0 vote. Akwesi Opon Fosu, 0 vote. Into here, 35.7% say only undecided. We need the first poll here, and you will be obedient now. And top 5, no, almost at least 5%. And we are at here. At 214, Haruna Idris, Opukwa Jiman, Julius Zebra. And I don't think call the second round the following week. No. And they say, following week, you'll be a profile. Any kind of profile, actually, a delegate. The delegate means, as soon as you all I ask you to get or you say, 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 of course, who could do say. After forcing, you say, of course, who could do say. Having a Drusu, or you say, so his former minority leader, former trade minister, former communication minister, everybody in Achrewo. And now, Opugwajima, so Bocherewo, Debra, Bocherewo. If you haven't heard about this profile, no, who would you want to be among the top 5? And no, results no, it's like a crack. It's like a band of bamboo. I said, don't get here, no, 28 or 29, just 1% increase. At the person, now over 12%, I pay or 19%. Haruna, no over 8% or 11%. Debra, no 5% or 8%. Jenana, no 6% or also 8%. And others, no, not more 5%, and so take 1%. And almost year undecided, not a 36% roughly. I feel about 24%. And you share critically within the days, no, first and second round, you can't amount for profile share of no. Almost your own head, no. It be this idea.
Idi Misroyana, Idi Mpachana Wama, one Nisu Kakra Diamana, or Yetimi a capture a audio no audibly. Why?
Marty. Okay. So second one, having read or having heard the profiles about Obatunu saying, only who said people who were undecided, no, they were deciding to move to Haruna Idrisu after forcing and the rest. Intuition in the poll, no, I said Ketia echo so just 1% between the poll, no, increase 1%. Ajiman Opoku echo so 2%. Debra cost 2%. Haruna cost 4%. But Atifosin cost 7%. So, profile no, Atifosin seems to get more votes than the rest of the candidates. And that's the character.
Nature say Atifosin no unaided record no. He doesn't perform. No, but with the aided record no, including the profile no, nothing was shoot to.
Yes.
But as I said, Dinketia appears to be in poor position.
On the face of it, he looks like he's in pole position. But also the trend between the first and the second data Noah and head-to-head Noah, you could see warning sign.
That is the undecided, where they move to.
The Indian currency change.
Mm-hmm.
Yembra in a situation where we say head-to-head between Sedin Kitia and Haruna this one. Sedin Kitia goes to 42%. Haruna 22%.
Mm-hmm.
Gap near 20 points advantage at Sedin Kitia.
Yeah. And undecided and also fan 20, but it's 36%.
But it's quite huge.
Yeah.
Now, over the case of Asedun Ketia and Julius, Asedun Ketia was 43%.
Mm-hmm.
Julius was 18%.
Mm-hmm.
A very big gap of 23%. Anabibisa.
Yeah.
Then you come to Asedun Ketia and Atuforcing. A whole and a seminal war. Asedun Ketia was 37%.
Mm-hmm.
Atuforcing 32%.
Mm-hmm.
5-point gap with 31% undecided.
And
the whole margin of error, roughly 2%. It means the real gap between Atifosi and Akedin Ketia could just be 3%.
Yes.
And Akedin Ketia has been on Thank You Talk, which many have taken to be campaigning in a way.
Yeah.
And the delegates see it as campaigning as well. So he's making himself known to them. So he is in the limelight at the moment. But the candidates he's facing, apart from Julius Debra, Yehuni, official handle now, but Haruna Idrisu, Atifosi, Yehuni. So if it's against Haruna Idrisu, he will be okay. I think he may be okay. But against Atifosi, on country, on declare, I think this could be a bigger threat to Asedin Ketia's chances.
The one said, may I say, yeah, many Atifosi in Cotina de Macajas Ato. Me cry na I am running meat. Hey, Musa.
Atifosi from running, I think he will win hands down.
If I said in Ketia to me, a gentleman agreement with Atifosi
to back down.
Now a foregone conclusion, fait accompli.
I can say so from this data.
Again, now, Mato, I say, I said, Kentia, unassailable leading.
No, if you say unassailable leader, it is unassailable against Haruna and Julius Debra.
I said, Yatibia will say, if I said, Kentia, Yatibia will say, if I said, Kentia were to heed by the data supplied by info and electors, then he should begin to make entreaties to force it in order to make us unassailable, no, if that is to go ahead.
No, you see, in polling data, or in polling, unassailable means we are there with some kind of quality.
We are see doing get ya. We are see doing get ya. Chama bekumio. Enti ni nyina mu no. How reliable are we supposed to take the data, research samplings, and the responses from info analytics?
Offer. We know first time. Almost feeling said they can take it with pinch of salt. No, good luck.
Because I will share the trajectory of a NDC flag bearership and the running meter. John Rawlings from the Volta, Eddie Kain Ekokofa, John Mills from the Central Region. And thereafter, no, John Mills, no, or no so Okofa, Mumuni, Anye, and of Martin ABK Amidu, Anye, and Obefa, John Mahama, and a ye, until you see the presence of the Central Region in the scheme of things. Then, after John Mills, no, and John Mahama, John Mahama, and so. Ekokofa Emisafa Pakwesi from the central region, and Osai Etuasuono Aquacofa Jenana, also from the central region. It is a share in the middle of it, Omokika Womhono, a Quamofaswa, Omuyi Haruna, Omuyi Muntaka, Nafin, Omokofa, Atoforsen, Alcocofa, Kufia Mabua. At the time, and I say year reinforced the coastal belt. Coastal belt a year reinforced, necessary Atoforsen, so, what force, what drew baby, what drew. It is said, ye did it away, Eba Becassa. Now share a seeding ketia so baby about focus on party activities. Atnemwa masisi anese party na kwen bear fright, but when ya so be sua de e na okoko sua de so san ka ho e na o sha ase se o ma tailor no e pam aye Oxford Slims fit atade ama no e na da no ho e na wayi ni ti e na ne glasses retolites glasses no sha ase so wo shempaboa foforo na uja Germany a year overcoat ishe. And I just said in Catania more presidential. And he said, what ne atoko kabumwa. I say NDC performing wonders when there's somebody from the central region. What you know what I'm saying?
Look, I think at the time the sitting president went for at a Mills from Central. Muhammad went for, and Mills went for Muhammad in the north, and Mills himself was from Central. But Muhammad Befa from Central. Central region has been very swinging region, so you need to appease them in a way to win. But over the past few years, we've also shown to say they don't care where you come from. Well, Atamils was there, he lost. But in the recent polling data, I think Central is becoming more and more NDC than being a swing. So here, I mean, from the data, it is very likely NDC will hold on to that region, Western and Greater Accra, for the next election. So they don't really have to get someone from the Central region per se. But however, from where I sit, it's no longer about the region you come from when it comes to NDC. It's going to be at the block you come from. Block are almost representing groups of people in NDC. And yes, regions, but it's accounts, the northern factor, the oil factor, and the Ghana Dangwe factor. So they would rather let somebody based on these blocks than the region. And that's killing Mr. Atiforcing from that region, and I didn't get here as account region. People are saying, say, it's time for the accounts to lead. And early polls have shown, say, the account candidates are getting more support than any other candidates. So clearly, from data point, they want account to lead. But who that account is not a question mark.
Who that account is the question mark.
Yes.
And the data points to Asierin Ketia.
At the moment, he's leading.
Yamfansia for now. Na yanshe how it goes. Enti Meruya Owasia one yeme technical producer Abna Frima Bankro. And a year observation be about Musa Dankwa of Global Info Analytics. Also over na Musa Dankwa or acknowledge you say who persistent interviews with him no and the net drew baby a wordry. I'm saying them. But do you notice something of that sort of observation or you know what I'm saying?
I think there are people in the media that have played a great role, a good role in who we have become as Global Info Analytics. And I can't take you out of that. And I'm very grateful. I mean, you have asked the difficult questions at difficult time, and we've given you the answers. And we like to be paying on all the difficult questions for us to answer. So I will not say that you are not one of them. You are one of them, Uncle.
Right. Musa, around what was a man, they take you with a pinch of salt, but Wabonen is Wajiatum, Temisos Magiatum. Yamin count and keep delving and then giving us accurate information. Now, data into me, M formal choices. Why?
Me that's it.
Yes, yeah, there was a right. Some about you.
Over.
Ade ne siri bebrebe. Aboya say do get supporter.
I be say me ba show so ache. Me ba show so ache na me hu so ache. Enti me hu na me ni age.
Bangi. Ade ne asiri bebrebe.
I see Edun Ketia na me ye nyina asiri o. Wa anya ntu ya na anwe ho da se beduru bia. Ya papa see Edun Ketia be ba preso ba be di president. Oni nsem bi o kekan kan ha ne wo kra wo kasa ne ntali bi o hyehyɛ ne ade a otimi de marko tu nyina akɔ Canada ba ne ade. Azeje wo nyina o president edi. Ba enya nwanwa. Enya nwanwa ofa he is the most popular person in NDC now. See Edun Ketia is the most popular person in NDC for now. So we hear John Dramani Mahama free wa. Utimi hu say ono no say ye kwa kopre say ye kwa kopre si ye be di NDC animu a onko biemu a. For now, as we speak, the most popular person in NDC is Edun Ketia. And there's no two ways about it. Inti no, ne popularity no, ebetimi amanetimi lead NDC. Omo ka ho no, eyo omo adwene say omo underrating na ade a ode be fa omo ase simple kra. He's a popular person and NDC fraternity na particular na penasem. Omo pe ewurasi Edun Ketia asem a is not a joke. If say oye na adwene say or contest sene Musa Dankwa kana ade a to me Musa Dankwa yobi a ni ono ni po bi obeye bia no akwa say mo besen ni obeka bia ni wono mo a efa enti no. But from me ankasa me perspective, the me call NDC mu na me say me reti omo a omo din abase omo nya president anase omo nya NDC party na animo a omo bedi. The whole compare names na aba ne dia asi Edun Ketia stand tall. E wo omo nyina animo a they can match asi Edun Ketia, and that is the fact. I don't support asi Edun Ketia becoming president of this country, but say ye ka obi a obetimi adi NDC anim ewo presidential we here eba dia asi Edun Ketia oni match offer asi Edun ni match oni match kra
na wo hwe bebe deputy minister for agric na MP na o focus on the party in difficult period no odi ejina emu a na busa say anka center of the left of one, they select by emergence, leadership by emergence, as opposed to center of the right for now, leadership by selection, selection. I said, you get a dear Namana emerge as a year. Ben Ekas is the most popular in the NDC now.
Because ADAKABRI Namincha a T4, Namincha Minia Ben. Is it one thing for a fact here said? I think say last year, time MPP for come primaries make us say whether we like it or not, the time will come whereby NDC ever call primaries. But as it stands now, no, Musa Dankwa dates are not the buyer no, or no for no perspective no, or no who so anhwa semensi beko, right? But Obiama Bonte may declare say Emre no so obekwa na onko. So he is looking at the possibility if asemensika say or kwa
say on top of people's mind. Nipa 5,700.
Yes.
Mo amobon krofodi. And obobo ya bu nipa best 15 credit.
Definitely.
And sana this are top 5 for no.
Yeah.
Odomo profile
yeah.
Amaka say way. And ni nyina mu no a tiny upside Edun Ketia appears to be sustained in the two polls.
Oh, but when it comes to attractiveness, your friend is saying the formidable when it comes to grassroots na Obia, he's very close to the grassroots near there. Won't me as Edun Ketia film. That one is a fact. But as we said, like data or the other. But I always have a point when it comes to data. One thing about data near say assembly made also on any data ba you can accept it and reject it. And you know wow. And yet this is the first time or the data but when it comes to NDC race likely next year bekono. or they be about that might be more the Kenya. So it's shaping you to tell you where you really stand. But that time no so do na say obia unity a ne ehun baby e dey agro ne be den ebeto. But for now no, I mean we are focusing on say aban no ye be boy ho modern amati memufo no ha den that is not to say whether we like it or not primaries in maso ebeba so. Because me know can say latest by August September na constituency election ya started. From constituency elections na equal region. If regional latest by December na to national elections we. Yenya to national elections we and the next election here your friend is saying flag bearership. Because as it stands now your opponent which is the MPP you know omo you candidate did that. So ehun be here say ye diving into next year no na ya there was say so ye prepare ye ho na ye yi nia obedi ye kan na oto franka de ama the NDC no enti sa time no do so na so dia I mean side where we really belongs but like I said when it comes to your friend is saying popularity and then obia or you formidable with the grassroots na untimi ya say dun kete din film Debbie. Untimi you need film. You see, there's one thing about say dun kete that I like. Oh, say within the NDC, you know, the grassroots in particular, no. Say nyoma bi koso baby a won expecting pokra say obeyi ni timpo kra be boa grassroots no. We need now hon pokra na say dun kete be pie honom. One critical example here 2024 I would say is MPP 4 year omoche then me a friend is saying MP now the MP now call your omode no ko tu mu a friend is saying Cantonment police station ye gina ho ye nimpo kra say general beba obehu na general unity anaju dosum around 12 am they go 1 am obeboa grassroots be gina ya mane ko bo best 4 am ansa na oko. So it tells you say such a person no and yes has me seen we yama so mundi masem but he came to support. So it tells you the bond he has with your friend is saying grassroots no mani mpiem wa haya na who's crowd and ebebo je no so it's not about say or immortal and bibisa
over 70% of the respondents are saying say nipa ability and this you know should be person who can perform as opposed to under 30% are saying with a strong personality. It did who can I see do that personality.
He has that personality.
But can he perform?
He can perform. And Obi Awaye the longest serving general secretary. Look at the track record. Even at the time a party which one is even the most biggest? Na make not say ono let me cry party no ko sim premprenso party no sisi a aye no ho kra behwe. Look at the your friend saying the NDC as a political party. O de hwe the way our structure party no. Now what they compare the opponent when it comes to the MPP who has branded the party to become most attractive. It is an impano o hwe track record till now what shows they don't mean performing. What is performance? Besides, you are
asking say what is performance?
No, me patch say.
The book of BB true can be and I'm casting and then
no. But is it when they shall say don't get trying to track record? Na make an note here. Obi a weti me a branded party no kwa him next in na so. Na weti me agina brand agina party no e de be simprempren so aye kra behwe. It tells you say nimpano when it comes to leadership position obetimi a hoodi obetimi a performing. But when I make an note here. So when it comes to performance, ni credibility, ni leadership skills you cannot take as you didn't get out of it.
Richard.
Yes, sir.
Deputy General Secretary of the United Party.
Yes, sir.
A new polling that appear to put Asiedun Ketia unreachable.
In terms of their obetmia diomania for presidential, no. Obetmia.
And I said, "You can't do nobody many."
Also, do obetmia did omweni ana. Obedi omweni a different obedi omweni.
He is not far from right. I said in Katia, you didn't do opponents any.
No.
Well, the woman say, "Udi mama fa kwenya we na michia Ghana for ni nyina." Me nim say Ben akasa de me nim wo ana say nkasa. Okay, the mama oh, the me wo ye me bia bako. Na Ben kasa we a na ma be mu. Ati Ben.
Yes, offer say one mama kwenya.
Ben akasa. Come on,
oh, sir, you. About 10 minutes the end of why are there? No, the old man is a maminchia ala when him say Nancy good for omu new executives. Omu pa omu di enyeza. They outdoored some new executives and Mutu Safre Alan. Say Ejuma wedi in the area of trade. So he went there. So on you advising them how they can create their own traders bank. How our Mudosu Guta membership is over 1 million. And he of the view says, membership over 1 million there. Why don't you come together, generate your own small capital to meet the capital needed to establish a small investment bank so that move to me about Busia.
I don't need a sabi.
And no mukoyo on Island on Sabibre, Island on Sabibre, or you 1, 2, 3 steps now then, or you need
or yet about say
on my phone will say on the massacre will say JM. He can dance more than JM. He's the best material for president. And Alan the Enima Anka Missy direct foreign investment say na begu on my way. Billions and trillions of dollars will come to Ghana if Alan becomes president.
So they advise Namaguta say our capacity. So
yes, 1 million membership there. Don't depend on government. At least you can generate revenue within your own folks to meet that threshold in there by Bank of Ghana. Semu betimianya muamu small what do you call venture capital system be so that you can lend money to your own colleagues at a smaller interest rate. Which is I want to say a good laudable idea. And the island there say I see somebody is an epitome of knowledge. I bet me I move your mind with from there. From there. In fact, we are just really wasting our time. So as a matter of fact, Honorable Asedu Nketia is a revered politician and now a veteran politician. So he has been around on my way in the political ecosystem for a very long year. And he said, who can grassroots, those who knows him at the grassroots level, in terms of how their party architecture and there, Uyi Asedu Nketia Freeman, I don't think anybody stands that better chance. Because Asedu Nketia is the only person who I can say, he has been through almost all the constituencies in this country back to back. Several occasions. From time now, you're General Secretary of the party. Kopim Eneawa, you're the chairman of the party. I think back to back, there is no place, and now perhaps even there may be no town and in Ghana that you can mention that Asedu Nketia name cannot be felt. Say Ebia onim ho, and I say Nkrofoni nim no, Omwati Nindinda, and I saw Munti Nindinda, as for Asedu Nketia there, Uyi ni free front runners now who are NDC presidential winumudia. There is nobody that can stand him. But you ask a very critical question. Say now Ghana for they are discerning. Ghana for they are looking beyond the veil, not the veil say individual and in say Asedu Nketia ni and to know because we know him or a veteran politician. Or yes say ye koye election or no chef fugu akese. We know him for all these things. But at the end of the day, is that what Ghanaians are looking for? Is that who can give us the enterprise economy that we are looking for? Is it that person that can take Ghana into a destination where we can say, per our own principles, no, we can be able to at least even refine 80% of the petroleum products that we consume in this country? Is it that person who can make us get to that destination and then we are going to Burkina Faso to beg them for tomatoes? Is it that person who can take us to that level where Ghana will have surpluses of tomato that we can have a tomato paste factory in this country? Is it that person who can give us 2 million jobs, realistic, tangible, verifiable job, well-paying job? By say this president has created this environment for us to take opportunity from? Is it that person that can give us the opportunity that soldiers, police, everybody that is in public service can have accommodation that they can lay their rest, or even when they go on pension? So you see, the questions that are begging for answers, and also, and it's me share the personality as said Ketia. Well, they say don't judge a book by the cover. So I cannot sit here and say maybe on your presidential material. But as I am concerned, if I put Asedun Ketia on the same scale, I put Dr. Bawumia on the same scale, and I put Alan Kojo Kyeremanteng on the same scale, none of them gets closer to Alan Kyeremanteng in terms of persona, in terms of the mental capacity and forthrightness and fortitude to be able to move on my way forward. No medium to scale back. Me, I don't see where any of them is closer to Alan. But according to Ghana, Ukraine KB is a bus. So while the vast majority of people are in this bus, whether the bus is going into a ditch, I work people no sukura esani break na fairly. I wouldn't say you koto amrem crowd say you enter bus we mo. They are not ready say bus we parking crap wa. Musina mumbe full bus na ya branding the yellow there. They may not be ready to come and join the yellow bus. But the yellow bus is also the bus that can take us to our salvation. Because all these people who are gallivanting that they want to take over from JM of ADAKABRI, on a more serious note, they cannot. They don't have that what it takes. They don't have that pedigree. Because you see, Asiedu, for instance, has been there with NDC for the several decades of the party. Are we still not begging for tomatoes from Burkina Faso? Are we still not importing maize into this country? Are people still not dying? Said they see hospital beds anywhere now. Are people not queuing because they want to join the military or the police service, and over 500,000 people apply? Only about 10,000 could get the opportunity. Even with that, Tramponu, he himself came to say, so Munyina joining police now. Why never Crawford? Didn't he say all this? So how can such a person come and tell you tomorrow that he wants to become the president of the republic? Well, as for NDC funding, but Ghana for the extra Ghana for they say, forget about MPP and NDC and the numbers. Let's look at individual, the personality. That is who we are voting for. And if you look at the personality Alan Kojo Kyeremanteng, in all honesty, not because I am in his camp, but in all honesty and in all sincerity and truth, in my level of understanding and what I think Ghana deserves now is Alan Kyeremanteng and what he can bring on the table. Because the left has failed us, the right has failed us. Why can't we try the center? And that is what our political ideology is about. Centrist party. And to Ghana for say NDC for someone that said Ketia and everybody are. Meaning some Madam Fowe, they are members of what we call the disciples of Asedun Ketia. And it's a Oti say Bibi Air Kosu in Ghana. Now Uti said disciples of Asedun Ketia. Let nobody claim ownership of that. Let nobody take the right. Let that name don't become a big name tomorrow. Somebody you see somewhere say, yeah, na yeah for me, the disciples of Asedun Ketia. It is Samuel Betu. Even he discussed this with me, so they want to make it 7 disciples. Yeah, come on. So if tomorrow this thing becomes a big brand in this country, which I know it will become eventually, now be Bejina will be say, your mumu she head here in the Edipano or Chantro. And it is a mini power and now a disciple of Asedun Ketia. Unfortunately, I cannot become a member of Asedun Ketia disciples. I am a disciple of Alan Kojo Kyeremanteng. And it is we only wish them the best. But when it comes to the national election, I don't think Asedun Ketia ever stand a chance of ADAKABRI. Masemenunu.
Batu.
Grabbing.
Na doka wote.
Ni oka mete. Say obi na kan asem agrone form. Nti edu onu ma yede wo no obeba NDC. Me hwe akwanya mbokra so obedwane fast. Alan there obehu presidency nache.
Oh,
nache.
Sana muka ifana na kufado.
Na mumpokra se munni regional executive mo.
The office, the voter regional office in the fair now. In the best boy. Here the manufacturer. This is our voter regional office. We are just about to inaugurate it. And so we mean business. CPP, do they have an office?
And
then I was BNP,
they have an office.
And then I was
General Mami
The parties that are around, do they have offices?
Now, United Party, voter regional headquarters.
Yes.
And this headquarters, better saying.
More headquarters, voter regional headquarters, what they say. Voter regional office, not like this.
That's where info show.
Oh, we're so cow disciples of one.
Where AI?
What dear Mate? Okay, your father Cabre. So I think it is prudent for us to know. Yes, I've always said, my colleagues in politics. That is why I like a friend is saying, me brapinyi Ben. A time I know mo ye omo primary no. I mean, he did something so fantastic that I took certain lessons out of. And then saying because ye nyina ye mebunu a yesi so. And many bedru a ye nyina be decided where we truly belong. But eno nkyere say wo camp where wo beka kasefin ediagu obi ho. Ana wo beka nsem bi a at the end of the day no ochena no wontimi enye den enhuru hu mfim. Enti se ochena se me wo ase edu nketia camp. Na se me sell me candidate. So also we different camp we all belong to the same political party. Enti o kasa na o preach about o candidate. Na wa hwe o kasa ye because at the end of the day no ye benya one candidate as a flag bearer for the NDC. Enti me what I will appeal to yen mebru say even ye be dive into the constituency election, the regional election, any the friend saying national election no baby a wo be share as a mebru camp na wo be share no yeah we all have different friends and variety ni baby a person you belong to. We can all not belong to the same ship. But at the end of the day no who turn wo candidate no one thing we must desist from say me ye asemensi me kan asemensi unfi eno na emwa. Because ochena o kan semfi e de gu obi ho a o kwehia no obi obetimi echia no ontimi nchia no ontimi hwe nanim enti me ne mesre no because e dey amre ne beso because o hwe social media sisi ana majority na declare omo intent omo mbeko national omo mbeko constituency omo mbeko region ye bon paye se ni nyina ba jojo at the end of the day. No, your friends with me and our come. Then definitely no kakra fi mu aba. But one thing I make catch mebu na ye ban say I go into politics and say be mindful of what you say about a candidate. Be mindful of in some obi be catch also because of some see em belong to your camp no. Ube ye yano, ube kan nsema enim. Yenye politics we've grown past that kind of hatred politics no. Yenina share the same umbrella say. Enti we should be mindful. Me that is why me met me aka for now. E dey chere me nuano ma they all belong under the umbrella no. Of course the umbrella is stiff. Na sana me meka no. Na ye dive into no. For now no yenya obi anyema friend is say openly say flag bearer no beko but ye bi mu no we know where we belong. And we will continue to champion that agenda. Enti emre no so na say nimpa na ye champion agenda ne ama no. Say obabo nte beka so I will want to contest this then whatever we have to support candidate no then we'll do just that. Na me bra ba ko de e wo say no de make count because ono de ato menim say national elections no beko ene Dr. Sami Aye obeko for a friend say NDC Deputy National Communications Officer. Ono so ono ne de si epono so a ye bu adwuma den say emre no so na national elections no ye biemu a mesre candidate mesre delegate ni nyina say Dr. Sami Aye obekọ for national Deputy National Communications Officer na o hwe ne modebo so far oba into the political scene adwuma a wabo na ne modebo ne ho keke wo mu a it tells you say say yeto aba na de ma Dr. Sami Aye as the next Deputy National Communications Officer. Emebru no your vision will become a reality. Enti mesre say mebnu bia wo within the NDC no say time no so na say wo call pola ye beto aba no de ama Dr. Sami Aye as our next deputy national communications officer nti emre no so a na moso maboa ya neja yetimi abo agenda na menesi
Edena
so fa na me menya me bite o azidu nketi ya
azidu nketi ya chaka
yes of am say menchia osun ko menchia menuanom ebeye din senior of Amidika eka ne say the most popular person in NDC now no Ira Azidu nketi ya. There's no two ways about that. No worker say he is more popular than even Ira John Dramani Mahama odi akunwa sitia odi president. Azidu nketi ya more popular than Ira John Dramani Mahama. It is about NDC mudia. The most popular person in NDC is Azidu nketi ya. And then no man me did in the trim so about be the president. In fact, a bear me one send your menu Richard Ekano. Ye yaman your semo dear. But bear me one pass ye beko 2028. See a kwa kotuaba. Ni a kotuaba di ama Yura Johnson see dunketia se o me Ghana's president. Of a bear me one. A bear me one ama. Bibi one more better die me one bim se see dunketia Yura ebe president wo memu anoma. Because how? Say Azidu nketi ya. Na ye kwa election ye say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ejina number 1. Azidu nketi ejina number 2. Na ye kwa koto aba ni ahwe Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ho ni asan ho ni akoto aba de ama ye wura Azidu nketi ya. Ofa eye not. Ofa president die no ye di wodem ansan na pie obi opese odi president wo mamu abia no usu ne wo ban account ye di wodem ansan na ye de pie abonten. Menye sure say Yewura Azidu nketi ya plane. Yewura Azidu nketi ya plane da. So opese wo di party na enim no obedi president. Can nsem bi wo no mo akon. Hey accident. No idiot can go to court. Na wo baba be di president wo mamu a. Obi a ono mabru say omo kwa kope police yadi, omo kope soldier yadi, omo kope immigration yadi. Na wa amfa omo nipa be say 500,000. Omo ko kan wa asem a wo say na ye fam akromfo na ye hemfo. Wa am na be akromfo. Afa serious. Azidu nketi ya with all due respect.
A question we pose here.
Na wontimi impose sa question nchire mabru. Na won sa expect say mabru no emedi wachi ni emfa omedi president. As I said, they say in NDC is the most popular person in NDC. But Ebase will be the number 1 first gentleman of the land. And the amount of money, near Azidu nketi ya Yewura ebedin. Ebedin
Obi nsa Azidu nketi ya enko. Obi nsa Bawumia ho nkoto ma Azidu.
Depi emfa eya mismatch. Say Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ewo ballot paper so. Na waji paper no. Na wo no da number 1. Na wo sa number 1 ho say wo koto abadi ama Yewura Azidu nketi ya.
Senti.
Emfa so ye beto abamanas Azidu nketi ya so medi president and make a choice of say Yewura Azidu nketi ya plan yie ehye ne niam yie so obedi president can what transit ni nsem bi obeka okroma aka wanka president di ne ye hye wo fie hwe ya wo de yemfa Yewura alankwadwo kire mate aminu edi na chi a oye me favorite person and wo MPP mu of ahwe o plan so obedi president. What Yewura Alan Kwadwo kire maten no disembi wo mamu anma amanfo discuss ya yese enye da a comport ne ho yie because wonim ne da nanim a o pesu a wo kɔ nanim enti ebasa ne utterances public utterances a untimi nya bibia nka mfa Alan Kwadwo kire maten ho hwe Yewura Azidu nketi ya na compare Yewura Azidu nketi ya ne Yewura Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia na ka kire me say wotena ase plan so obedi president na aba abeto no so omedi. Yeah, to be honest, so I'm person di Yewura Azidu nketi ya ba, and no doubt to say from the look of things, any baby I hear hwehwehwehwe ne de ade a NDC for be kwa koyi no, because for now yenye disciples of Azidu nketi ya. NDC mu pen yenye disciples of Azidu nketi ya. Enti wa wo koto aba ne ase wo disciples of Azidu nketi ya. Na je say Yesu ani asomafo no edu nine no mo namu ebedin say wo bi betimi atu Azidu nketi ya wo NDC mu. Ato force be force ye can grassroots politics a ontimi Azidu nketi ya. How na idrusu na say Azidu nketi ya na twa ne political issue of parliament. Oyi ni free majority leader na how na idrusu obi antene nka biem. And we got education ministry. Or see ato force in crema ni scampo or man clearance na wa for teacher for nje say why redundant what our nya dwuma bia.
You know for teacher for 7,000.
Of our moy.
when you financial client.
Any wa man kakra. Asi ato man kakra.
7,000 kakra.
Wa bunin samwa ma just what we no nya dwuma bi enye. Ena na de watimi ama 7,000 eye ba offer on the most serious note. Asi edun ketia, ye wura asi edun ketia. Me penasem all right. Sometimes political front no mitie ne kasa na or the jovial afam ni ade ni etimi asre kakra. But to be honest, say president pa opesu odi o mamu ade onko no nsa amra biem. Yesre no onko no nsa amra biem ba president die see de be ma sie edun ketia. Na ye gya ye wura Dr. Mamadou Bawumia ho. Ni akọ peki asi edun ketia pa de. Eye not. Yesre no ontra ne chairmanship wa. Ontena wa na omma boys na say what ye ka say Sami Jemfi be the president na say ye busa adwen na say Musa Danko e be ye bua na say ye ka Sami Jemfi ne ase edun ketia Sami Jemfi will stand tall against ase edun ketia
na so dey benta na kiken
ofa I'm serious say Sami Jemfi e betimi aye dwuma kese papa am o meya ko nanim se na ase edun ketia
ade bo so ase edun ketia
of ase edun ketia no unim politically or baby or one any presidential material send your Richard kind no presidential material pa no fa de hwe obi te say yewura John Ajekum Kufuor hwe ne persona hwe kwaya wo fa so hye no ho so obedi president excellent unya bibi enka hwe obi te say yewura John Dramani Mahama wodi president obedi president first one second one ya wodi not just or prepare no ye no obedi ye obi betimi aka say first one ne de beto ne kwem second one who tim say wa prepare no ye ne party fo ni nyira nim say ono ne ye de ne kwa kansi anim ye betimi awini ene ye de man no hwe na na do Danko Akufo-Addo ye free born ni din so obedi president no class 6 wa born ho modern up protecting no sa ama wa ba betwa 8 years omo etwa 8 good years e wo Ghana han omo abedi president yewura Akufo ene yewura Akufo-Addo ene omo atimi anya 8 years uninterrupted president John Lawrence dey so no or the military rule na ba enti no akwaye no ho untouchable ba ye ba obi a obo no ho yi osese no ho e carry no ho we so opeso di president obo no ho yie e hwe no ho yi a Ghana fo e de animonyam share na omo twa 8 years omo anya trancation bia omo a eye yewura Akufo ene Nana Danko Akufo-Addo enti ye besere me supporto minua Same say baby a okono politics de ASA baby a win a block no now so block in NDC and there's no way say we betimi akwa champion ni obi foforo against yewura ese edun ketia say na make no I don't hate him I like him but when it comes to the presidential material there ese edun ketia not on komra biem and it's not too late if say he really wants to lead this country no be president there then some of the what transit be the public comment be are making no essentially wo hwe ni yie because aye indelible mark be aba beto no ho a sa jovial star no ne yeso ye concert oyi concert ne sa ne ma no omo de tag no and a high office like the number 1 gentleman of the land ne ye de sa ne ma we tag o say unye serious ne ade a offer a problem enti ye nua no ye papa ye bibia yesre no for presidential ambition na okura ne de some of us we like him although but we don't support say obetimi aba be the president ye pe obi obedi president ya hihye ne yie ayadwuma ewo no ho Ghana fo aso na hwe ehun say Dr. Mamadou Bawumia indefatigable leader oba be lead wo mawe ya maye no wa be ye nhihye ye be boa ye ne atimi akoye anim a na je say nya sie edun ketia over
say MPP nipa bi osunyane East Baba Mando yakwa akoche no na invitation to the regional police command na okoye no together with the former deputy attorney general yes invitation bi eni ho enti o ma san kro mo kwa chese afra twemo bi a komo to bi kra ana be the police force o jaja bra na say MC
Baba Mando twemo
Edit after them. All my son friend or by yes, then you swing your hand ye po crying. And all my father, you didn't dimly can be doing crying.
So I had any crime. What is the crime?
And let's go and find out. was Sunyani East exactly at the cra Baba Mando Ayentia. Maso Mahama Ekasama MPP Sunyani East. Maso Yamwaha. Na ewia wo te san.
Ofa we bia boko na munso e.
Oni bia ni akwam na Baba Mando flanked by Deputy Attorney General. And as you are na free in some adina to them na bankran. As opposed to Godfrey Dame Yabua. Oko police headquarters pe na no ana ne ye gya ni pakro. E de na asi ama Baba Mando yansa kanin.
Medase. Ofa lady. Afa akwanya nso na matia wati pu nyina. Ene wa hwepo nyina. Ofa asem tie. Baba Mando. Nidia ni Abubakar Yakub. Na ono na ye ene Sunyani East Constituency Communication Officer. Yanka bishi bukra opa. Kese yanka bishi sana mekan.
Na project
onya telephone call. Nano. Say ye here no Buno Regional Police Headquarters. Emphasis mine. Buno Regional Police Headquarters. Emphasis mine.
Yes.
And then so na ombe here no. Janopa na ye fair lawyer. The Deputy Attorney General, former Deputy Attorney General. Okay, home. And the party in the phone be. I can't call police station. The police station go by 8 o'clock here. And about 8 o'clock here. The train, cyber security for Abba. And now, you report to you. You report to man, the police command over the Bono region. Not all because I know nothing about it. I know nothing about it. Let's send the papa at that. Unyamisha. Then they call. Now, if you are not a Sakawa for Ivia, you have fair noa. If you are not yet. Offer ye peer free police headquarters. Akache. A coffee. Now approach the first side in America. Kri. Baba Mando, you say now. I said, okay, no problem. Then call. If I go through what I say, Yacho, you are under arrest. You are under arrest. Over the government of the whole issue, I say no, Tom Fonsonina any. What does the 1992 Constitution say about an arrest or restricting or detention? Okay, I'm going to move on. What do you mean? Bonekura maya no katrem.
Yes, yan kosheno.
Over that emphasis mine. Emphasis mine. You're missing a shame. And you see, when you touch the body of a person and you announce to the person that you are under arrest, the constitutional needful must follow. Also, immediately tell the person, Bonia Waye, offer from an open 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Everything they are. Every opinion, a shaker. Two cannot get your hope. So everything.
And the spectacle video no a year two police panda light truck pickup mienu and a nipa kakrabe 20 ewo and a mama Baba Mando yede handcuff eguninsa and a one racing the fist and just a police for adomosa aso no kwanchi ne ye wo no and the bebe share Nissan pickup no mo nipa no any abrewo regional police command. What's the minimum the cruelty I actually know?
You can say minima thank you, Bonnie. Say me, I may walk me won't tell me minima a yebony. Baba Mando Nankata ending number 1. Baba Mando Nankata the lawyer. Only lawyer be a senior lawyer at the bar over 23 good years. Only the client and I. He doesn't know. He does not know. And nobody knows.
The Baba Mando or he say.
na nka kwa se ba na ko wadu kumate.
Ah, just pick up on the neighbor.
I'm fine. That is all.
Ah, no man for na plane because I pick up no. What's about on the na wo. Na say wo hye to ho no say prosifu ya kana hye musa na ya sa hankofo no. Ana nam sunwa kwa so a 9 to 10 hours ye dey ban cry.
Offer apart from nukwa no ani 9 ewo ne won say otun wakakra. Na say that pick up ni mo no. Enu na jo onyamoto accident.
Oh no.
Enu na jo onyamo ni na wo nyinara. Ye no kwa on body treatment e hospital. Ye say that.
Hey. Edi anko antete pick up no na de neighbor wo tie kire ho sa no.
Stop pepe. Just you see, nobody is above the law. Nobody is above the law.
And the regional command has not issued any statement to the lawyer. Say bia ya ho boa na bra na this is the reason tia ye de ne kon kran.
Absolutely.
And just the regional police command is omu nima de krontia ya beche no.
According to even the Bono police command, you know, almost omu nim. But when you have been instructed by law to arrest, you'll be told that because we're ABC. That is what we are demanding from the police. Say some other. That is all. Right. Because before nobody is begrudging you. However, I think Bonia why you told that you prepare very well. Someone and it is against the rule of law. It's against the rule of law.
Okay.
The best step principle.
Na se sia na lawyer be di akira na say Godfred da be be shia ne nkran.
This is a arrangement. Now your board party 24 who is the officer of the party within the Sunyani East. You really information in the general secretary. You catch the national organizer. So you saw mother. The lawyer and team for car and matter because of free and yet you can't tell somebody in the client air con client. They also prepare and your bonfire say you're Gary Nimakumo, any party 24 will take over there whilst we monitor the situation. And this are
you
and this are
Mama nti yebehwe na ya make contact with Gary Nimakumo. I should say almost so no de flags ekugina of anko atwen wo mana.
I'm so grateful.
Very well. Hey. Wabwadu.
Over.
Hwe yi na ja ene de asie no no. Chese se the process ni na nsa yesa ni kokromoti ni we no de aso de kwan chi sei.
Osre amroba.
Approaching from de na je kwa process ni hwa share to ene je otu ni na wa wo kwan chi sei o de nsa man na pampam atia no share card.
Over yare hosem.
Ye you.
Over yare hosem nyamena. Yes, no so unkra ye kakra. You die ya ye di over. Obi anyone more ye perfect. Sometimes the issues be no ho na wo kan. One control emotions kakra. One ria wakwa kan semwa. Eni kwase ye kan no wakwa kunyama na.
I said no Alizato. Alizato General.
Wale Africa ma ko ni.
Ma ti say am going to be. And I'm going.
So ma what is you abo na obrego? Oso me wa ha be ko ba bia.
Alizato. Akeka bebrebe. I know who mit you.
Baduma na eden. Ye be sre ye wura John Dramani Mahama. Ye sre no. Enye na pen so. Sa na e ma we no. I think say ebisi ye. Ema o ma ye ti ase say o the reset agenda eba. Sa na e ma na onu susu ye mu no. Ofi say esi ya enye no. Enya de a na pen so. Sa na e ma we no. Ebi be koso biem. But wo hwe the way a esi kwa na che say ye wura John Dramani Mahama. Amagana for nsesi feminine a oka no opposition abra na opetumi ene ne onya atumi no oye no difference wo mu bebre so obi betena obi te ne baabi ne ye beto nsafre ne se police force ye hia na wo bekọ na police for no be ka kire wo se no ye ntwere letter ye mfre wo se bra enti no ono respect mra enti wo kọ no ono akọ hwe se mra no so omra no wo kọ akoti okoduru onum a ye se ye mfre o na so wada no ho kwa afi de say you are under arrest no me me under arrest wo there ho so a ya nka nkyere no ya pagya no free eye sunwa ne ton e de number ye de ne nam kwa mu a ye de ne ba Greater Accra se aha ne ye ba be di nasem ofa entwa yie se obi aye bone na ofi se emra no wo pese emra ne ni dia charge ni pakro kire no ne waye no no nso emra no ma no ho kwai se onfa lawyer ne enkonko gina mra nim ekwai bia esese ye fa so a ye ka asem no e de mra ka asem no ma mra ne ye adwuma no ne yakọ ba wontimi intimidate nipa no sa enforce no enhye no se na eno de na obenya film e de ya na obenya film the same thing ena yenua Obama pokuase ye kwa arrest no so obi a oya arm robber na yire ne ma wo nanim ye kwa che no pagya no a tese ne ntade a hye ni nyina etete ye ede enko ena me no ka sei omo ye enye Obama ne nenam we ede mra ede adia ne nipa ne be ya ye ntimi mfa ne mfa mra kwan so na pepepe ye enye adwuma na ese harassment ne ye koso zezia nti ye besere baba amando ba bi owo bia no ye besere IGP ne mpanimfo say even though
omususu se omudu ba bi na comedy na ombeto aduane ama no
afa no so ni asem no because ya chiwo say aban saka na wo kwa ofa ye tutu so ya amroba wo ya nwi wo nyame anya dum amu ama menya competent lawyer ete say ofa what here no antimi anyutu technical skills amfa ama metwa ni wachi dia ofa me see ye tutu say amroba me yonko ba ko me pese me boni din wa ha okoka asem bi a ye che no ko bie na ofa ba bi ade no ko che no ono nso wa ba bi ade no ko che ontimi mpagya ni musei
ene je to akuntunu
wa ye ni say ya 3 days o aduane no kura ba the way I sit ne sa no om de aduane ni besi wonum sedi nti wan kasa kura wani mbato aduane no kura
ontimi ni obepie beba na ona se control because I pick up a cheaper na prosi ni ba kuti ni fa ba kuti bonkum na benkata chie sei
na hwe frama be fa wani ho pa sa wo ye du free sunwan bakra na frama nam wazo esa usu tirase abepegya ti so waduru nkokọ kura hu so ofa ye besere yewura John Dramani Mahama say subai na ekoso no emwa yesere nzo mfa ne nansi fam na reset agenda na o promise Ghana for no mfa nya adwuma.
Well, of ADAKABRI, unfortunate, but I assembly Hamikakra, and I want to tell government, say, they should wake up. Government should wake up and not allow. At least there are people who are running very sensitive businesses that I agree, which are private businesses. But of ADAKABRI, when you say let me top pure water and then. As usual, I mean, me 50 pesos coins a year, almost is pure water 70 pesos.
Na ujaye
say so no so hear me
es come so de
you come so de me
what is 70 pesos to so na usu
70 pesos
ukwa yi asiasa anwom no kra abna muka bi nimta do say
enti of ADAKABRI extra ban
so
yes ban say me ko bi say identity na mutu so prepaid nu kwa na eko and I'm say 90 prepaid intina enem be ma pure than 70 pesos that means and check within the
30 pesos now.
And the fact, me 20 only sister no crama me say we there and can send for so bia ni wenti me ya 30% in the channel na me say oh I want CD because I don't know what I'm going to use the 30 pesos for again.
Okay. Maybe I mean one CD yeah one city and
you
wait 3 cities 3 cities
me that's your offer. Hey Ghana bet me attract crow muni enti e bet share aban say on fast ache water for no enkasa so remember discount on the bills they pay at least we should bring it back to 50 pesos 70 pesos there and where they do. Now, on the issue of somebody being arrested, sincerely, I don't know the minim asemno details about it.
The yachi will be every sunyane.
I know the ento asumye.
You didn't be
crime ben potty. And now, all committee or hoa, the police there don't have jurisdiction over some matter where umbet me can go sa regime one. She say yedi nipanu edia back. I see sometimes we make people popular overnight over unnecessary issues. What I said, this gentleman is going to arrest him. You are just going to give him popularity and fame.
A deputy attorney general, Grand Dean Chiba, Monty Mianka say, deputy attorney general, no, and Fanimra.
You know, it doesn't make sense.
Because obey respect the law. So we are prepared to see the nation's side in the beba. And I regional secretary of the
crime bank crown guy we are committee to the standard. You need to be brought. I don't know say we are making treasonable statement be why statement be amounting to treason or amounting to some grievous crime be and now law be one flouted to the extent say national level there. You see politics there but sometimes you know we shouldn't use policy the takashi we no say na ye wo abemu ye na ye 2 minutes wo ense and the epe bia no ye be that one it doesn't engender confidence in the society and ye be stress for whatever reason the guy was arrested no we beg the government say people are talking about the fact say maybe freedom of speech is being controlled. It sounds more like freedom of speech is being controlled and they say there's no more room for dissent. And also no end to me to assume because we live in a country now we are called Kwewu Business Forum no. They say somebody was raising a placard. Who said the president so there's somebody holding something on him the anipano kitabet omun draw an attention. So at least the president may also not be preview to all these things that are happening. And they say assembly no musi subordinate na yen fan presidents who they are getting it wrong because maybe the same way see here yankoshi guy we fribono the president obviously has no knowledge about this. These are party activities, political party activities, because party fund there when you say you do me I do you, but the president is not like that. So whatever it is no omu can raju bro na omu maga no there uncle we don't want him to become famous and popular over on unnecessary things. It doesn't help us in this country of ADAKABRI. Master man no.
Mr. Batu.
Offer.
Actually we yachu be there.
Me yenche me da. You see sometimes no there is this strategy sometimes a be me employ when their political party is in opposition. Cause of say for some reason best known to them no. But so I should have make some statement be and I wouldn't say sometimes any government machinery the security apparatus na what system no who can make a comment be and also will make here definitely they will pick you up and you realize that there has been some kind of a friend is saying clean up be within the police service of late obit meet na social media no are making comments be just like that nani beban ho omonye tag police service people no ma picking up ba ye one guy be a oko dressing ho also a Boko Haram na omo ba be start attack churches no anche bi ade anche na police for picking up until sometimes no me nim statement a guy na make and I think that it is within the police jurisdiction be a statement or make here no be a sunyane for who say no it is above the entire was say omodene call a friend is say national headquarters which is Accra the headquarters now omon diving into it. Until sometimes you know we should be mindful of what we say because on now why you be also it be am one penny for time echi so let me make certain comment about party be baba biza who say o corner say o ma obe no hye kukuom ho no ma the entire party ana omo nyina be ba ho no ma me for ne party friends say sympathizers be ba no ma be etwo ogbe na say edu anwumre obi ekofie wona wo hye kukuom ho no. So I think say as youth no be mindful of nsem a obeka obo otimi ka say onim pass asem na working oni nyina so oni evidence bia na so because of the media e cheap obetra say no aka na trala sa keke no dey go wiem because of say ebia oka in favor of the party means I'm about to there is no way whether my party is in power na say be in opposition metna say na nsem a enye no kre no meka gu wiem sa keke da be wo ye na sa one wo nimpamu anaka so ugu hu fi na ye chu na edukodo akukuom na wo wuti anya ye mpokra na ibi mpokra ye jelu for even 1 week mpokra na ye yi wa wo ye ex convict abeda okrata so ya convict you eti onu ni dem hu so mo chi na wa ma handcuff no so na o de kire wiem o de kire hwan o pe popularity ana na o de kire nyame o ni nyame na ekọ committee o crime no
baby ade nyame ka no
And so the train yami no na commit crime no. Is it so sometimes no sometimes no
you nim the why
minim and I make a minim near why and a minimum some kwa so meet me can say new year why and one marquanzo and one yan marquanzo and into police for no aqua duano no and I think at the end of the day no police for some of them
or report upon invitation.
That's most of the times they're being invited so bad adwa.
But say if you don't question passing, I watch you.
He's
a courageous person. Or who believes so innocent.
That's it. Most of the times, why would the police for strategy? Everyone will be invited to Friday. Now, Abba. Oh, by us,
and no, you're not.
Yes, over the
and it's out in the trim.
No, but see, and I make us meaning that
what you was able to say, what's a more da. You don't need to detain the person.
And I mean, Naga, and
and I did it. No, is
it? And I make us say,
supporters of the other party also saying, say, much not as I know the
oh, no, is it? And I make
crack and be. Yeah, but take him for shade of this.
And I make us say, ADAKABRI, I have noticed one thing, both within the political party and the CMPP. So now, when a political party is in opposition, obi person or making some comments, you know, the Ginny Ding. What do you say? And I make us say, who make it say, me more back with them because on me share a year friends almost one constituency near that. One in opposition, you're making some comments. Any do another question, a police will catch it. But because I want to who share police will catch it.
But enough in the super to say.
Say it is what it is. Whoa, but is it the thing who make a comment now when you say some okay no krebi anymore. Yet do all the question what me ni what be adisa me ko fi akwakoda enti o ka asem bi na se o ni abet police for bed do and na asem ba ko nsuni se o ka asem na o ni nyina so why ni bamu na ga o party na ga opposition da o dia say o mfim pade asusua enti let's be mindful on sama whether you are buying what power na any power no we should be mindful on some
final comment
tibe me final comment ni the disciples of Asedun Ketia omo bo mo humodin ye me squad no mu gu form ayen so ye analysis ye research ni ade enti emrepemu no ye be pa ho ntoma officially na the chairman san adwumadi ayen so be di na ye the market ye candidate say ko ba na say oba abontin officially say obe contest flag bearership na yen so ye dey the alternative.
Richie, the final comment.
You offer the ADAKABRI. The final comment and he said Ghana for to say the Mika say offices are getting ready. They be Mikashra Muse. Ghana, we are not moving in the right direction. Ghana is a country that has become a parasite. Instead of say I be a host for countries to depend on us, and then Ghana we are done dependent on other countries like Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire, Niger. Future a disgrace. And the best Ghana for say the United Party is coming. Now of ADAKABRI, since we open our whole office, I can show you videos of people who are trooping in there themselves, who are taking forms and filling.
That's good.
I have the videos here. People are going. Omwankasa omukwa koji form.
Abrofu campaign amoye.
And we are saying.
At the end of the career,
so no ya bro for campaign. I don't know who so mo ya. I don't so want to.
Invest me na no say.
Nti mum pe campaigns.
Obazu want to say. Ghana alo. Enya so betra office na man for aba o be fill for.
It can't be because people want to join your party. But before you cannot go to a ultimate community back kese called in name or say maybe for me a police station executive in Kikaho. You must have an office, identifiable office.
Yes.
And
from identifiable structured
yes, we have an office. So we mean business. So the fact of the matter is that Ghanaians know say NDC NPP omudi omanu diagro. They know because alternative bia there anywhere any hunting they say in the land of the blind one man eye is a king. And then I said no see disciples of Asedun Ketia. Disciples of Asedun Ketia. My people are there so I wish them well. But eba min kwandia Ghana for Muntu Abama Allah in case representing na onu no betimi asisa ye shebre why
yes Ghana for no say omunya abotoyemu na se ne ye nyina ye won kwasum mu ye 4 years ya ye de ho akɔhye nkwasum mu ide ye den ya ye betwa 4 years no
8 years one ye free mu
yes say they say no ye wura John Dramani Mahama bae no man no wasi ni tirase say bibia nkoso Emma ebre enkwala ebre mpanimfo obre bibia nkoso market woman for ebre driver for na da bia ya na misuma driver for driver for ebre wokrom ha ena me nkonkote a yesi yewura John Dramani Mahama ni NDC say yakofa ka bia ba ye friend Voxio se den dey yesi nipa be se 3000 ena use sa ka na yesi ka no enya de a ye be makwa ama sa ka na ye adwuma biem long distance yes inti abra omo bae na omo de cars ne bae no na ye nim se sa cars ne ni kwa se e bi e call long distance anaze esese omo ye intercity no esa ha na omo run na se na e be create another problem e de ama driver for esa na driver for no so omo di ya inti ye besere se no man ne hwe nkoso bibi asai ene pure water na sachet water na wo kwa akoto a 70 pesos inti ene no yes no ya omunya 30 mount yes no obviously no sachet water na kwa koduru 1 Ghana cedi it is yet Ghana ha na ye to sachet water baako 1 Ghana cedi ewo yewura John Dramani Mahama abra also wo de reset ba wo mamu ha na yes no ADAKABRI kra ba ha no a ona me ye kwense se ye mfa ntonsuo because ahokyere na aye too much ya ma kwense a untimi ntonsuo what is life
I don't know can you say
yes enya some ketwa iti ya babo mpa ye zo ama ofa se ne da bi e ba obetimi aba ye nsuo tika
but omu bombo de kakra
o de bi mpacho unya o time o de ko kan abrofo campaign amoye wo butari
Benjamin Desari of the New Patriotic Party, Ambassador Emma Richard Suma, Deputy General Secretary of the United Party, engage in building proper structures. As an officer water region, it's a great initiative. Why are there? As that's also Mr. Batu, Samuel Batu of the National Democratic Congress. Now, the Bianti Koyem Famayem. Kusunity need 100.9 FM. Ola Koku Michael, Abraham Moe, DJ Foreigner, Omne Dibe Kofi, Nomade Beko Jojo.
Listen in here, and no man better to tell me Baba no one, dear no. Come so to me.